Hey guys, how's it going? Um, so I had bought a new Sissy bar for my bike and it's not a direct fit. So I'm just trying to figure out how to install it on my bike. And right here, what I have is my rear fender. And yeah, I'm trying to change some things around. And right here, where you see it's the old Sissy bar. And I cut that up. This is the old part that it used to go like this. There's another piece right there that connects to this under part. But the setup on this VT500, it's kind of weird because I used to have this big seat, and it had the pillion seat, the passenger seat, like it was all connected, and when I bought it, it was ripped up and it was so ugly. So I took all that out. So and then just installed a single seat for myself, and then back to the Sissy bar. I'm trying to figure out a way how to install it. So first, let me talk about this fender. Like right here, you can see a cutout. This used to be the old tail light would go here, and I cut that off because I'm doing a whole different thing. And this rear fender used to be actually longer, so cut that out. Right now, it looks really bad because I just did that in a hurry. So. But I'm going to be cleaning this up. This fender used to be red. You can see there's little chips right here. And like, I'm really not too anal when it comes to this bike. But back to this grab bar right here, where the old Sissy bar used to connect. I chopped that off, and I'm trying to find a way to mount the Sissy bar. And right here, I don't know if you can tell by this angle, but like I did two different cuts. Right here, I did this one first, and this one's like, I try to make it more flush to go with the curve of the rear fender. And once I finished that, I realized, well, it kind of mess with the integrity of this rear grab bar. So with this other one, you can see this is little part that just gives it a more reinforcement to like make it more strong. So I'm kind of worried about this cut. So I might have to do something that'll, because I mean, it's not too bad, but it's just, I should have thought about it more. But the good thing about this bike is that, I'm not too worried about cutting things up. When this fender, it's kind of weird because usually you're used to seeing fenders going on top of frames. This actually goes under the frame of the bike. So the back part of the frame, it actually is exposed. So you can see like these little bubbles right here. And that there's like two, I'll show a video of it, but the back frame of the part goes over here, and then it gets bolted to this. So this is bolted to the frame. And then the old tail light, the bottom part, also gets bolted to the frame. And the whole point of this is because I'm trying to keep a rear seat, a passenger seat. I might change it up. I might just cut off that whole passenger seat in the future. But right now I'm just trying to, see if this will look good and where it'll make it work. And so my plans for this is trying to like, I'll have to like fix this little thing and then just try to cover it up, because I have a new tail light that I purchased, and it's this one right here. So I'll have to find a way to like mount that up, and that's how it'll look. It's a little bit heavy. This tail light, like I might have to like cut up this plate bracket in half, because it's just, I don't want to make my bike heavier than what it is. It's not really heavy, but I just don't want to add weight to it. And the new Sissy bar has a good amount of weight to it too. This is the new Sissy bar. So it came with like this lower bracket, and right here this is the Sissy bar. It's actually pretty long, but I like it. And so I'm just trying to figure out a way to how I'll be mounting this. My idea right now is to, I have two little holes right there. So what I'll be doing is probably be bolting it down right here. I have these since it's not a direct fit, if you can look back here, there will be a little bit of space right here. So I have these little rubber grommets that I'll be installing right here, and then just bolting it down right here on each side. And then towards the front right here, I won't have to need any spacers or rubber grommets, because it gets more narrow. So so it'll be looking something like this. And then what I'm having, so after I'm sure that won't be a problem right now. The thing is, since this rear fender is under the frame, and I have my the back part of my wire harness is exposed, and then with my tail light, my connections are going to be exposed to the elements. So what I'm trying to do right now is find a way to like cover this part, so I could cover the wire harness, and maybe to add a passenger seat, or just somehow try to cover it. And so I had bought this sheet metal. Right now I really don't know if I'll be doing anything with this sheet metal, but like I was thinking of maybe like putting something like this and just covering up that whole thing, and then finding a way, like I'll be cutting to size, and right here, so like over here it's my seat, and then this actually goes in the angle like this, like that. So and then I could be like bolting this sheet metal to like these bolts right here, and then maybe cutting it off right here. Just something to like, you know, cover that rear wire harness, because I don't want my electricals to be getting messed up. And then it'll just look more clean, and then I'll be painting this, and then just, you know, having my Sissy bar like this. and then just adding a pillion seat in the back, just so it could make it look clean. And so that's my idea. I really wish I knew how to weld so I could do something really like nice or proper. I was thinking of like a fiber glass kind of like mold, but I found out that comes out kind of expensive, so I'm going to see what I can do. This is a mock-up of how I'll be installing that Sissy bar. It's pretty big. But yeah, so right now I have this part, both of these sides, zip tied, because I'm just trying to measure, like, because I'll have to be drilling a hole to bolt this down. So I'm just trying to figure out, you know, exactly where so I'll be marking that later. And this is how I install it. So it came with these brackets, and since it's not a good fit, you can see there was some space right here. So I put these rubber grommets in here, and then just put bolts inside and lock them in with a nut on the bottom part. Right now these bolts are a little too thin for my liking, so I'll have to be getting some bigger ones in diameter. And then so you can see, like, these, there's still a little space, but they can be squished in to so right here in the front part I'll just have to be bolting them down. So I have to drill holes on each side and do that. And then I'll probably put more bolts just to be secure. I'd rather be safe than sorry later. So that's how that looks. So this will be the back end, the rear fender, and I'll be covering this up. And since you saw how this rear fender gets mounted onto the frame of the bike, this will have to be, I'll find a way to cover this up. My tail light will be going right here, and then I'll be using try to maybe find out how to use that sheet metal, which I'll show right now. So yeah, this I'm just gonna have to find a way of how to, like, put this, you know, like, just to cover, you know, all that exposure, because I don't want that to be exposed. So I'll probably be doing something like this and cutting up, and I don't know if I'll be sticking with the sheet metal, or doing something else, or I don't know, I'll see.